Hi guys, welcome to Lucky Charm Tarot, and this is Lola. How are you? So today I'm gonna share with you just a curiosity spread that I did. I hope I don't get too much hate about it. You know what I'm saying. So what I was curious about, because I am Russian with my Russian roots coming from Ukraine actually, so I hope at least through this some of you can understand that you can't really separate Russian and Ukrainian. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are so we're so the same that like it's like we're siblings, you know what I mean? So for me it's a bit weird with everything that's going on and how everybody's reacting to what's going on, but this is normal because we know how media works. We know we can't trust the media, even though a lot of people are really trusting the media in this moment. But it's okay. Everyone, can use their own judgment and their own level of awareness and consciousness and wherever they are in life. So I was so curious. I already did the spread. I was like, let me see if Putin is the bad guy, if that's his fault and everything. And I pull up the cards and I'm like, ooh, okay, that's interesting. And I keep going. And I'm like, this is a really interesting read. And I was really curious to look into it. And then I decided to share it with you guys. Excuse me. I'm so sorry for yawning, guys. Every time I start doing readings, I don't know why, if it's the presence of the spirit, it always makes me like yawn. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just does. Okay, so I pulled the cards. Obviously, I'm not going to reshuffle and do the whole thing. I'm just going to share what already happened here. So the first card that came out was the mature woman, distant horizon. I'm going to keep showing you, okay? So, and I will tell you what I intuitively felt at the same time when I was pulling the cards. So a mature woman, so this is like a mother figure, or like a grandmother or a mother figure, someone who is a very caring, but also she's very wise, she's so elegant and calm and confident. So but what I felt that like Russia, it's like Mother Russia, like we have the saying Matushka Россия, for example. So that's felt like that, the feminine presence of the mother. So what I felt is that Russia is like a mother figure in this situation to Ukraine. It's like a distant horizons. Obviously, they're not in the same country, right? But they're close, right? So it's like not the same country anymore, but so you still have to travel a little bit, right, to get to that place. And what I felt motherly, caring energy from Russia, from Putin towards Ukraine. Let me just don't just bear with me, okay? So distant horizons, and then we have courtship, this card. So it's like, when a person is like, okay, I want to do this for you, I want to do that for you. It's like, all I'm going to say, this is what the cards are saying, okay? So what Russia has been trying to do is trying to, be courteous, be nice to Ukraine and help. And this is the pathway, right? They wanted to go on the path of, can you see the butterflies and the light at the end of the tunnel? So if we're going through the dark, we're coming from the darkness right here. This is very dark right here. So Russia wanted to go, Putin, aka Russia, they wanted to go with Ukraine out of the darkness and to the path of transformation, together to the light, right? These multiple butterflies are showing. The next card was the family room, because we are so strongly connected. We do feel like a family. And, it's not necessarily that the Russia is the mother and the Ukraine is the child. No, it could be like a sibling, right? So it could be two brothers. So we are so close. It's like we are a family. So that's why you can't really say Russia is one thing, Ukraine is the other thing. I understand that every media and outlet from the, what is this, East, right? So like the American and all the European stuff is trying to make you think and see us as very two separate things when we are not. We're literally family, we're literally siblings, and you can't separate us. So many of us, like most of us, have like Ukrainian mom and Russian dad, or the other way around. It's like, yeah, like that's how, if you look at my just pure blood situation, I am Russian by my Ukrainian roots, if you know what I mean. So it's like, my mom looks like she has like dark hair, like she's like really Ukrainian. Хохлушка, as we say in Russian. And so, but like a really beautiful, beautiful Ukrainian woman, you know? And my sister looks like that too, actually. She has like a really dark hair. She colors it, but whatever. So we have family room and we have marriage. It's like we are so connected. We are literally a family so big. Like this whole thing is showing you how deeply and how strongly connected we are as two countries and two nations. We're basically one nation. Community, right? We are the same kind of, we have the same culture, we have the same traditions, we have the same roots, whether you want it or not. And we are truly, really, really good friends, good partners. This is interesting. This is showing me like the older people who are here. Look, and there's like one young man, but he's not looking friendly. It's like one person in the family who doesn't like the traditions and wants to go against, because they're all smiling except him. He looks like a ghost in the back there, and I don't know why, but it gives me a vibe of, for some reason, the spirit is showing me Zelensky. Oh my God, I almost saw him, and like I opened my eyes and I was surprised that I saw myself, because I'm looking at my camera, so, and I see myself there. So yeah, and I don't know why. And he looks like gray, like a ghost. Everybody's wearing colors and they're smiling. Let's see, where was I going? I was looking here and then I went to look over here. Then I came back to this. Let me see, I just don't remember because I was pulling the cards and I was looking over here. I don't remember. Okay, let's just go. Okay, great fortune. Okay, yes. Okay, so we have this great fortune. So what Russia wanted to offer, I was like, I'm sorry, because I did this reading yesterday, so I just left the cards on the table. I was like, I want to do a video about this. So as I feel like this motherly figure, again, this woman is representing, those are actually flowers, but they did remind me of, so the great fortune. So it's like, Russia is like the source of great fortune, like it could have been, right? They wanted to offer, they wanted to give the abundance, they wanted goodness for Ukraine. And it shows like this official person and the main male, that gave me the vibes of like Putin, straight up Putin, because so he wanted all the good stuff, because he's the most official person, and he's definitely number one in this story. He's definitely the main character, right? And then we have the privileged lady after that, and I do not remember what was that about, but we have toil and labor, which does not mean like hard, like heavy work, but what I was seeing is that the care, if Russia and Ukraine were on good terms, that would have brought good fortune and a lot of work for Ukrainians. Okay, yeah, I remember that. It would have brought like restoration of the lost factories, because I remember, like, I don't know all the history and everything, but I know that they used to have a lot of like different factories and everything, and all of those things got lost and closed in the last few years. And what Russia could have brought was the restorations of that. So that would have my English is, that could have brought Ukraine work, right? Workplaces. So for people to work together, okay, to work in general, having a job. But I was pulling the cards in, but where was I? Okay. So, but Ukraine, here is what happened. I remember my spirit showing me this. So I was like, but what happened? But Ukraine said not hiring. Like, we do not need help. And that's what I felt strongly. But it led to country being in complete despair. So they were on the path of, so they had a chance. So as I said, you saw, guys, there was not a single negative card there. Not a single one. Because I was like, I was expecting anything. I was expecting the first card to show up and be bad and everything. Because I was just like, okay, Spirit, show me. What's up? So that led to a despair. No jobs, not hiring. And, like this is like a closed factory, not hiring because they're closed. There's nothing there. But what I felt from it at first was, we don't need you. We don't want you. And what I'm seeing here, if you can you see the shadows in the back there from the window? It's like those people in the background. So those are some official people who are behind this, if you know what I'm saying. It's like, this is Ukraine. And those are the people in the back. You can't see their faces. They're dark or they're covered, but you can see the figures. There are 4 figures. They're standing very clearly. They are controlling the situation. And the country ended up in despair. And if you look at the Ukraine, before, I feel like Ukraine was pretty, poor, and now they're just broke completely and broken, right? And so they said, we don't need your help, but because, as I said, it's like those people told them to do it. Those people in the back told Ukraine to say that we don't want Russia, we don't want your help, we don't want to collaborate with you, we don't want to be friends with you, we don't want nothing to do with you. And it led to a really bad place. Ukraine was and it is in a really bad place, even before the war started, okay? And so what goes next, they wanted, why did they do all this? And what they chose, they ended up choosing is the war, okay? Clearly, it led to war, right? So what happened? And my next question is like, why? What happened? So someone thought, this was just, I know this is like a speaking card, obviously the way readings work, so they thought that a relationship with someone else, and this is lovers, okay? But if you can tell, they're made out of stone. Those are not real people, but still. The lovers, number 6 is the lovers. So the relationship, the love with the false person, they didn't know it was the false person. It reminds me of these people in the back there. Those people in the back are the false people. They're not interested in this person thriving. They have their own agenda over there. So this relationship, so Ukraine thought this relationship with this, we didn't know, but it's a false person. It's like a false friend or a false lover. It's a toxic lover or a false friend. Look, they were pretending, they were wearing masks. They thought this will lead to change. This will bring us, look at this very nice house. Like this will bring us to this, thriving. We have lots of luggage. We're moving into somewhere, like new houses. So maybe it's like if Ukraine were to become Europe, they would also have, because these are clearly European homes. Look at this. Very, very, very European. You can see homes like this in Ireland. You can see homes like this in England. So they were hoping that they would move there. Look at the luggage there. So that would bring them luxury. That would bring them class. What's the word? I'm looking for a word. Status, right? So they would move to a better place. Yes. And this guy is, you know, has. So they thought so, but what they got instead, I can't believe what what it got is that they got entrapped. They got trapped. They got trapped. They got imprisoned by their own decisions. And now they're trapped. You see the mouse? The mouse is in the trap. This person is in the trap, obviously, and there's a mouse right here. They're trapped. Who were they trapped by? By a mature man. And I don't know why, but this reminded me of an old man. And clearly because this showing the world right here, right? And that's, okay, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. The vibe was that this was Biden, President Biden, and he brought death, destruction, because he's also very close to death, because he's a very old person. He's also very, very sick. Like, he's obviously sick, like physically and possibly mentally. So, but as you can see, he's from the other side of the world, right? The spirit is clearly showing me that. And yeah, I don't want to speak too much on this card, but this represent, like, this next card was the courthouse, which reminded me of the White House, right? So that's why I said, as I said, there was like all this. He's very old. He's an official person. He's from the other side of the world. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, so yes, again, so he's a representative of the official house, and Ukraine had this expectation to go to this house, to be part of this wealthy, I don't know, society of the world, let's just say, right? But they got scammed, right? What's the word? They got robbed. See the word thief, right? They got wronged. And it's what I heard when I heard this occupation, I felt like this is what they do, like for living kind of thing. And they pretend to bring justice when all they do is all they do is they bring bad health. And the next generation is going to pay for it. There's a message over here. There's a message over here. Message of concern. Everybody's concerned about Ukraine right now. People are sending text messages, people coming outside. You know, they're doing, I don't want to call them protests, but probably some of them are protests. So they go support Ukraine, and from all over the world, people are coming out on the streets and everything. So Ukraine is getting a lot of messages of support, messages of concern. But what a lot of people are not understanding is that there's so much more to the picture than they're trying to portray. Oh my God, I can't believe this is like upwards. Oh, that's weird. This is war. This is upwards. This is in my your past life. This is your past life oracle. That's interesting. I just wanted to like So, and then I was like, well, what about Ukraine? What is it all about? And then what I pulled from this deck, I'm not gonna shuffle this because I already pulled these cards. Please don't think that I set it up. I'm not that smart to set up this whole story with just like cards, okay? I was surprised I was able to read to understand the story and the whole plot and everything, put it together. How well. So the judgment, this is the judgment day for, do you know what that means, right? Everybody knows what judgment day means, right? So it's like, we reap what we sow. We reap what we saw. That's all I'm here. We reap what we saw. And that's what's happening to Ukraine. And I was wondering why. Why is this happening? Okay? Why is Ukraine getting such a bad karma like right now? And people, don't give me shit about this, okay? Any country that has something really bad happening in there is like, you know, sort of like getting some kind of karma, okay? So it could be a person, it could be a country. It's just in this case, we're talking about a country. And it doesn't mean that all the people in there are bad. Please do not think so, okay? No. But what we have here, there's some kind of majority of people that made certain decisions and had certain thoughts. And so the next cards was Hierophant and Two of Swords. Excuse me. They are getting that. One of the reasons why is because they rejected their traditions. This is traditions, and this is I'm close to it, okay? So it's like they rejected their traditions, they rejected their culture, they rejected their roots, their ancestors, and ancestors never like that, okay? As a healer, I work with ancestry so much. Any person that comes to my world as a you know, if I coach anybody, we always work, and as a therapist, but I don't work as a therapist. I can't handle listening to people for too long. So rejecting your traditions and cutting yourself off is always gonna come with a hefty price. Okay, so what do we got here? And someone here was waiting for a peace offering, because this is like this olive branch over here, right? As you can tell, this is not, so this is the sword that is covered with an olive branch and the crown. So it's like a victory and an offering of peace. So someone was bringing the offering of peace and love. And they were rushing. So it's like Russian too, for some reason. And that was with love. And ready to do. And it was a strong, but there was a strong also. After the strong was the devil. So I was like, I don't know. So somebody chose devil, and that caused the fate of a lot of pain. Someone chose devil over love, and that caused the wheel of fortune to turn, let's just say upside down, right? And cause pain. But as a result, all of this is going to bring happiness and wish fulfillment for many, many people. Don't know how. I can't tell. There are always many options. Everybody's watching online. Yeah, I don't want to keep going. It's just going to be forever reading. But that was interesting. That was an interesting reading. And I really enjoyed that. It was fun. It was fun. I don't want to put too much. I was asking questions. I was like, should I ask some questions about like America and everything? And then I saw this card and I was like, let's just keep it. This is a tower. This is destruction. This is causing chaos. Look. Okay, so I'm not even gonna like talk too much about it because I see woman here, she's pregnant, she's taking her kids. Obviously there's the destruction happening. It's exactly what's going on in the world, but somehow Lady Justice is here, so there will be justice. There is justice. It's gonna lead to improvement because ultimately that's what everybody else wants and that's what they're all fighting for. Okay, so what I wanted to say today, just to add to the video but not to the reading, excuse me. I don't watch much about like the war and everything. I try to not participate. I try to have like a really, you know, it's like I try to zoom out and look from like the different perspective, and like I want to see the bigger picture. I want to see the whole picture, because when they're trying to bring you really up close over here, you can't see everything else that's going on. What I like to see this whole picture and everybody involved and who's doing what and why is it happening. It's just how I am as a person. And what I saw today is that nobody's showing that in English speaking media, but they showed me that yesterday Russia, it was probably offered the day before, but let's just put it whatever, like the videos that I saw today, they were from yesterday, and Russia offered Ukraine to meet for a peaceful negotiations, for the peaceful resolution. Basically Russia said, come on Ukraine, let's talk peacefully and see if we can, you know, negotiate a peaceful resolution. And Ukraine said no. Ukraine rejected that offer. And to me, that's just showing somebody chose violence. And to me, that's showing that somebody, you know what I'm saying? They're not even pretending to care about their people. Like, what? Like the audacity to just reject the conversation in the situation of war? I really didn't like that personally. And I was already disappointed with President Zelensky, but at this point I was really disappointed and upset. But I know that one way or another people are going to be fine. I've seen a lot of footage of people being helped in other countries. A lot of people are fleeing to Russia. A lot of people are fleeing to Romania, Moldova, Poland, and they're helped from all over, and it's wonderful, and everybody's taken care of, and I love to see that, and it makes me happy. And I just hope that this the destruction is inevitable. It's already there. It already happened. A lot of places in Ukraine are completely destroyed, and I think that's kind of like what led to this place of terrible situation. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop rambling right here. That's it. So for me, that was enough to see, like, if you're fighting with someone physically and you pull aside for a second and say, let's have a conversation instead of fighting and hurting each other. But we're not even talking about hurting each other. We're talking about hurting other people, civilians. And one person says, hey, let's talk and have peaceful negotiations instead of fighting. And the other person says, fuck you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fight. What does it tell you? Does it tell you that they care? No. Okay, so I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. This was just an extra that I decided to do. I decided to share. Maybe this will help somebody to see and understand. Maybe this will add some haters to my life. I don't know. It's all good. All I'm saying is that my people are Russian people. My people are Ukrainian people. You can't separate us. It's impossible. We have the same background. We have the same story. We are so intertwined that We are a family. We're like a family. You can't separate us, okay? So if you're like, yeah, Ukraine, yeah, fuck you, Russians. Well, let me tell you that there's a huge, I don't even know how much, like percentage-wise, okay? If you're talking about Ukrainian and Russian Ukrainian people who like are Russian, speak Russian and everything, I don't know, let's just say 50-50 or something. It's really silly, okay? To separate us anyways. Okay, I love you all. I wish peace and blessings to everyone, and I'm gonna keep praying and manifesting in my own way for all the good things to happen, but some things are inevitable and they come as a result of our actions for the past many years. And when the rock is already fallen, it's because you pushed it over there, way over there, and it's already going down. So it's gonna go down and you can't stop it at this point, right? If you're just starting to push the rock, right? If you're just moving it a little bit, you can stop it. You're like, okay, oh, I changed my mind, stop. But once you pushed it down and past the edge, that's when you know it's over. The inertia is gonna do its thing and things are gonna happen. So where you are right now, where we are right now is the result of our previous actions and thoughts and you know, manifestations. So, all right. I wish you all blessings and make sure to manifest good things. And don't be a hater. You're not gonna bring anything good into your life that way. I love you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow, not follow, whatever. You know, I'm just gonna keep being me and doing what I do. Peace, everyone. Bye.